when during recession, I stopped somehow chasing people's tummies and stuff like that because of people afford to get into fitness when they have got money. But after the recession, you know what happens? People are just focusing on what to eat and basic stuff, you know. So when you're learning, you don't know what you're gonna learn. You only know the topic. Yeah, it's like a red race. I don't know if you watched the movie. You told there's money in one locker. Yeah. In what do you call it? Park station. You just want to get there. You don't know how you're gonna get there, but you've got key. You don't know if your key is gonna open, but
the locker.
There's money.
Yeah, you know that for sure.
So that's my answer for him.
Right.
The Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUT FM.
25 exactly rather before the hour 8. Welcome back from a quick ad break. Please start sitting down because we are about to go into a conversation from which you can draw a lot and learn. And if you do have a question at all, please keep in touch with us on 012-382-9257. The feature is Plug a Graduate. I'm Obakeng Mooketsi, and in studio with us today we have Princess Malekutu from Genesis Renewables Technologies Training and Investment. We'll start by understanding exactly what that is, but the crux of the matter today is talking the issue around the art of earning while learning. Will educate us a bit more around that. In studio with us now. How's Princess? Thank you so much for your time. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to the listeners of TUT FM.
We're going to get into a far more deeper issue at the little stage. It's an important topic, especially for students. But what is or who is Genesis Renewables Technology Training and Investment?
All right. Ours is a group of companies. Yeah, we collaborated. The first one is, we call it GRITI. It's like Italiano. GRITI. Okay. Yes. So GRITI stands for Genesis Renewable Technologies Training and Investments. Yes. And when I say it's a group of companies, is that's one of the things that we're going to share here today, that if you want to go far, if you go alone, you go fast. But if you want to go far, you go with others.
Oh, yeah.
So most of the people are cold out there. It's cold out there in the world, in the businesses and everything that a person wants to do, because people go alone.
Yes.
So the main thing here is also to share the fact that collaborations are very, very important. Yes. It doesn't have to be those serious partnerships where when you partner with another company, when they are in trouble, you also get in trouble. It's just collaborations, sharing skills and making life easier for each other.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a group of companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see your focus pretty much centers around greener and cleaner and environment. Just give us a sense as to what that is and the space within which you work.
Okay. Basically, how the whole interest started. I am initially from the fitness and wellness industry.
Okay.
Yes. And this how everything meshed into when during recession I stopped somehow chasing people's tummies and stuff like that because of people afford to get into fitness when they have got money. But after the recession, you know what happens? People are just focusing on what to eat and basic stuff, you know. So around that time, my son had just been to the US and then to the UK, and that's the other thing that I would like to especially the student listeners to be aware of. I picked up something about a lot of students that finished school, and they were just home. So my son was jumping from one he would register for this, and then in June he would ask me for registration. I'm like, how many times are you registering? And then on the second year, I said to him, you know what, you seem to be excited about everything. How about you go and do work and study? So he did work and study in the US, and then he was supposed to come back, and then when he got here, he was getting bored because a 3-year course there takes 18 months.
Oh, yes.
So he wanted to finish whatever here. So that's when we planned that he goes to the UK.
Yes.
And he was doing work and study. Yeah. So when he was doing work and study, one of the companies that he worked for was the energy company.
Yes.
And then when he came back, I said to him, you know what, try and stick to that. And back then, there was no load shedding. However, the electricity hikes were going like high rocket sky, like every month. It was just, you know how people used to buy 100 rand electricity that would last for a month.
Yes.
And then it just started lasting for 2 weeks, and then then this when I pick up that, you know what, my son has been telling me stuff, and then I stick my nose into renewable energy because of I picked up some information about that, because we used to talk a lot. And then I got very, very interested in that. I thought, you know what, this fitness thing, it's all about keeping fit is keeping your body clean. We treat the body like the car, or we're supposed to. So I thought, you know what, it's going to be so easier if I jump onto something that's gonna something newer. You know, I've always been interested in something that's not popular, and that has got there's a opportunity that it could grow. There's a chance that that's how I started sticking my nose into renewable technology. And from 2013, I started doing marketing I'm doing fitness, but I'm doing marketing for the companies that are into solar. It was just solar that time.
All right.
Yeah, that's the first thing that we heard about. We didn't know anything about the wind turbines and a whole lot of other renewables. Yes. So that's how I started working, and I jumped from one company to the other, and then I went to study solar. I went to do the courses. And even if a person doesn't really go there, when the passion is there, it becomes easy, especially when whatever that you are interested in is in demand, or looking like it's going to be the next best thing. And that's how I looked at it. So I did that solar course, and around that time I started getting interested in the coal, anything to do in line with mining, because I wanted to understand what's happening. Like why is electricity? So for some reason I had an offer somewhere where I was supposed to be working for a mining company, and when it was taking longer, I decided to do a short course in it's a basic mining course. And we learned on both the solar and the mining about coal, what's happening. So the stuff, the secrets, the stuff that I found out. Do you know how to somebody who's stressed up out there and wondering, like, you know, I wanted to do this, but this is not going to work. Most of the time, we get opportunities if we can make a habit of looking for where there's trouble. That's where opportunities are. Because when people get stranded, they don't have a choice. So I realized that electricity is needed in mining, hospitals, everywhere, every day, 24 hours. Yes. the journey is not easy.
Yeah.
Because you are learning. People are not yet getting it. And so, fortunately, I just started by offering myself and get a commission as and when I can.
So how's the future looking in that particular space? You've raised an important point around if you are to make a choice, you have to look at the sustainability, firstly, of the industry itself and the opportunities available in that particular space. So how is it looking? My fear is, so if the government sorted out the issue around load shedding, then you are in trouble.
It's not going to be that easy. Based on what I studied, especially about the coal.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to go into details about
Sure.
some stuff. It could be secrets that, But when we used to have longer, when we used to have it easy with electricity prices, there's a coal, certain grade that has been used that can burn for longer. And when we're now using coal, which is almost like dust.
Powder, yeah.
Yes. It burns out quickly, and it will definitely, if it doesn't last, it's going to make a lot of ash. And fixing that might not be a walk in the park.
Sure.
However, that's the little that I picked up that got me excited that there's an opportunity here. Yes.
Right. So let's get back to just a bit more around the discussion here today. If you are interested in the energy sector, and she's talking about secrets that are there, I'm fascinated around that, but we'll leave it for now. Maybe try and see if I cannot twist her arm once she leaves the studio, get those secrets for your consumption. Now, let's get to the discussion we are having today. And I'm glad that you said you have a first-hand experience of your son doing this. So you'd know the challenges of earning while learning. And they are calling it the art. Why do you understand why they call it the art? Why do we find the word art? It looks like it's something you need to learn, practice, and normalize. Why do you call that an art?
Okay. What our group of company does, hence we it's not always easy to get those deals.
Yeah.
Somebody would think, okay, you are in a solar space, you've been in it for this long, you're probably making a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's this thing, what are they saying? As soon as I've learned all the questions, as soon as I've learned all the answers, they change all the questions.
Oh, yeah.
So here we are, we've got electricity hike going up, and then there's load shedding, and you go like, hey, the two, wow, this is an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And then you just register a company, and you realize that the people you want to sell to, they've got no idea what is solar.
Okay.
Energy or system. Yeah. People look at the solar panel and they think, how much is this?
Yeah.
You mean this panel? Yes. This particular one is 3,000 rand. Wow, I'm coming back. I want to buy it, And you find out after that these people are not even aware that there's a whole lot of there's inverters, there's cables, there's different sizes, there's different types of batteries.
Yeah.
There's lead, there's gel, there's lithium, and they don't even the cycling is not the same. Yeah. You can fill them up to 100%. The other one, when it reaches 60%, it's over, finito. And the next one, the minute it has used up 80%, pew. And then lithium comes after. It's more expensive, and the lithium battery, they are not even manufactured here.
Yeah.
And they can last 5 to 10 years even when you use it, the cycles, it can go up to 100%. You know, it can discharge. Yeah, that's the word I wanted to use. Yes, it can discharge all the way up to 100%. Yes. So then we are also learning other things, you know, to solve certain problems. Because you would get a system from us and you go like, this system after 4 hours is finished, what's wrong? You, the first thing you're thinking, the system is a problem. You know, we've had people going like, do you guys get your batteries from a rubber stud? You know how people will just, you know, instead of, then we realize that there's so much teaching that we need to do before we even make I don't want to say money. Before we
but that's the purpose of business.
Oh, you know, So that's when we decided, okay, it would be great to plug somebody that could we educate these people and they learn, and some of the things, in order to learn, there's no duration. It's up to the passion of a person and the location. Yes.
So what are the opportunities within your space, or it could either be your company, that are there for students who want to actually earn while they learn? Do you have such opportunities? Do you have such programs?
First of all, I'm just going to break it down in what do I mean that a company is a group. It's a group of companies.
Yes.
It's a local company. It's a Turkish company, and a foundation. We work hand in hand. So what we've been doing, we've been training people from our foundation. Yes. And after the person is sure, we allow the person to, we use a system that allows a person to know whether they are sure or not. I'm sure even students, they have paid for a course, and 3 months down the line, my son has done that, and they want to drop it. So we do the same. We introduce them via our foundation. Because we don't have those kind of much strings attached. If somebody wants to leave, we don't have. Yes, we would have lost time with them, because time is money. However, the way we do it, it's done in certain terms. And from the foundation, the reason why we first introduce somebody who wants to plug, or they think there's a future in renewable technologies, the reason why we introduce them first via the foundation is what we do in the foundation. We've got the foundation, and then we've got Gritty Solar, and our other company, which is Ak Dennis Rec. The solar company is we've got solar energy systems, we've got solar borehole systems. All these we supply. First of all, we actually do assessments. We supply, and we install if somebody needs installation, if they are local. So it's assessments, supply and installation of solar energy systems, solar borehole systems, and we are also into eco-friendly construction.
What does that mean?
It's eco-friendly construction. It's building without brick and mortar. Yes. It's prefab construction. You can send us the plan of whatever structure, whether it's an office, a house, a church, whatever it is, and we put it on the sticky, and it prints out everything. You would know exactly how much you need for your structure. Yes.
So let's go back to how you decide. You said you create a program, and I'll use the word program very grudgingly, but you use a program to start people at a foundation.
Yes.
Now, what happens from there if I want to access that opportunity where I'm able to earn, and if I strongly believe that my future is in the renewable energy sector?
I was coming there.
Yeah.
One of the products is intelligent warehouse systems. That's what we do with the Turkish company.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we can call them automated warehouse solutions.
Okay.
Yes. Or we can call them automated shelving operations.
Ooh.
It's like artificial intelligence. This warehouse can be run without a lot of personnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. One of my favorite that I'm marketing right now is the we call it a relocatable warehouse systems. I just thought I should say all the our products, services, so that the time I answered your question, because it differs from one to the other.
That makes sense.
Yes, right. So how can somebody learn to earn?
Yeah, how do we? Are there opportunities for me in that space and through the companies that are working in collaborations for me to sneak in and get an opportunity to grow in the sector that I believe is perfectly suited for my future?
Cool. The entry level is through the foundation.
Okay.
Yes. Why the foundation? Excuse me. The main thing at our foundation, the foundation deals mainly with stress and anxiety relief programs.
Okay.
Post rehab programs, or I can say post trauma. A lot of people have gone through trauma.
Yes. Yeah.
People don't finish things, and it's very costly for companies. And most of the companies, when they have you as a very good engineer or an IT person, when you're at work, you excel. But because we don't want somebody to be coming just for a salary.
Yes.
Yes. We want to build a relationship. We want to partner with them. We want to groom somebody from the scratch to be okay, because working with somebody who's got stress and anxiety, those two, when they are not taken care of, they give birth to depression. There's a lot of people who are in big companies and they are in depression. So a person would be addicted to a drug. Is a drug. Pills are drugs.
Right. So do you assess them? Is there a specific period within which you assess whether they are fit, whether they've passed that foundation test, if you want to call it that?
All right. When somebody comes in and they want to be part of us, they want to partner, we want to make sure that the person understands that we are working on building long-lasting relationships.
Right.
You can't be getting people in and out and say, no, we just want an engineer or an IT person. Because there's so much to learn and technology changes every night.
Yeah.
There's always something new.
True.
Yeah. And if people are going to be quitting or they're going to be sacked from work or whatever because of whatever, if somebody is depressed, most people don't even know that they're depressed.
Yeah.
Yes. So, to answer you, the fact that this person wants to plug in because of the main thing is to end up earning. And because we put it on the table that for you to enter here, you need to go in through the foundation which deals with stress and anxiety. Whether you know that you've got stress and anxiety or not, or post-trauma, the way our program has been designed, you're going to pick it up yourself.
Okay.
And fortunately, because we deal with the root cause, we are into coaching. There's a difference between a coach and a counseling.
Okay.
When somebody goes for counseling, it's just a one-day thing. Yes. And they're going to talk about the problem they have with some uncle, Rakhadi, or the mother, or whoever.
Yeah.
They might think that it's that thing. But a coach holds your hand and takes a journey with you. Yes, you go into a holistic approach of, that's why we call it a life coaching program. So they get introduced to a life coaching program, which it's like a 5 or 7-legged program where we touch all areas of their lives. Your social life, your relationship life, like your love life, your financial life, we can call it budgeting. Okay, it's not going to be exactly like that, but all areas, because of people, we've got all areas of lives whereby you'll find that if it's 5, all 4 are just perfect.
Hold it there. It's 8 o'clock smack on the dot. We will continue with that particular conversation. We'll get to a stage, looks like a very long, seriously thorough process to decide who gets into that particular program. At the later stage, we'll pick her brains as well around the best way, really, if there are any. What are the benefits? A lot of people are saying, I'm already not coping with my exams, as it were, my workload at school, as it were. I cannot balance between earning and learning. What are the advantages, if any, the benefits, if any, the disadvantages, if any, at all? The conversation continues after the hour 8. Thank you so much for having those questions coming in. It's 6 exactly after the hour 8. And if you do have any question that you want addressed around to this, you can send those via our WhatsApp on 012-382-9257. Lesego Kubong from Haranku, I received your question. Simpiwe Lukubu from Hebron, you also had a question. It arrived on my table. Also have Bitumelo from Haranku, Clifford Banda from Abopan, I received your question. And one more Lefemolo Kome from Soshanguve Block BB. Not forgetting you, what am I saying? Karabo Montoedi, as well as a TUT marketing student. All those questions will be addressed. Listen in as we have this conversation. Welcome back into the last hour. It's Plug a Graduate with a whole team of technicians who are working on this particular show. Well, we do have our guest in studio as well. That's Princess Malekutu from Genesis Renewables Technologies Training and Investment, was taking us through some of the programs that they have there, how you get into that particular foundation phase, and how you are assessed throughout the stages to determine whether you are a fit and proper candidate. We'll also get into the idea of learning while earning. It's an idea that many students, despite having time, are not really entertaining. So we'll get into that broadly. But you are still saying, Princess, that you consider what that individual's emotional state of affair is psychologically. We even look at the money. I'm worried whether people will be frank enough to disclose information around that. So once you are done through that particular stage, what am I left to do then in order for me to finally access that opportunity?
Okay. Good evening again. That it's a platform.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a platform that, do you know how I don't know if they still do that, when somebody first get an employment, they go on probation.
Yes.
And most of the time It's like a trap.
Trap.
Well, probation is needed.
Sure.
Yes. So with us, I would say more or less, somebody is offered. You know, when you are offered a life coaching program, if you can go and check how much does it cost to get a coach.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. And this is a platform that helps you to help us to figure out, because you might have a wish. Having a wish and being able to do something is two different things. Somebody can say, I love singing, or I love dancing, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But can what you love make money?
Big question.
Yes, because you get people saying, I'm a fast learner. I can, I've done marketing. I can sell anything.
Yeah.
And if somebody has studied a business management or marketing, and you were managing a butchery, and when you hire that person in a whatever, they might butcher your clients because the person is used to working with meat. You know, chop. Yes. And if somebody says, I've done marketing, I'm very good at it. If you've been selling perfumes or cars or whatever it is, then you get introduced to a renewable technology company, which is you were told to look for clients, to find clients. You are in a marketing. You are a marketing manager.
Yeah.
And here is a self-supported warehouse system, or a relocatable warehouse system that you've never seen. And you want to start on the 1st because you want to get paid the end of the month.
Yeah.
And this product is new in South Africa. You are new into renewable technology. You only know, the minute they talk about renewable, you think in solar. There's a whole lot of other things there's solar borehole system.
Yeah.
This person has never understood how the borehole works, or they still haven't even never understood what is solar. How do you end up lighting?
It's a new idea
blah,
completely.
blah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means before this person works, they need to get into a program with what they have studied and learn to earn. You are learning the service or the product because you are learning to earn. Yeah. And only somebody that understands, they would be happy.
Right.
Somebody that has tried to work for they've tried there, they've gone to interviews, they've been asked questions.
Yeah.
The time they get this, and they also check the depression they are in, the stress. It's not everybody who's going to understand every company. And it's not every company that's going to back down
to accommodate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they've also been to hell and back.
Sure.
So the company would be saying, people who have been to hell and back, who realize that maybe they need help. Like, what's wrong with me? How come I keep applying
and I'm not getting any positive feedback?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's one question here regarding the learning to earn. One from the Sekgotla Ukobong in Garanku, who's asking, work and study, what does it entail? Is it like an internship? Work and study? Is it like an internship? If you understand that question, it might be too broad, but it is about whether the work and study is about Is it like an internship? What's your understanding of that?
I think she picked the work and study when I was talking about what I encourage my son to do.
Yes.
Yes. We don't call it that. My son went for work and study.
Yeah.
Whereby every company has got their own program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's say it's Disney World or some amusement park, whereby students are allowed to work, but they decide they're going to hire students. They understand that you are studying.
Okay.
Yes, and it's we don't call ours work and study.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think she just picked up the work and study when I was talking about how did I get interested in renewable technology when I found out that this is worldwide.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So one from Simpiwe Lukubu from Hebron, who's asking here, how does one get funding for solar system from banks? Did you get capital from the bank in order to want to start maybe a company here? Do you know of the process that is involved there in one getting the funding from the bank?
We did not get funding.
You did not get funding?
No.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to start a business, there's something that I was going to present also. We were going to present how the people who wants to plug in, how they also need to take time and to take pains to make sure that they understand and to have some patience.
Mm-hmm.
If the company was started when we started in 2013, and it was only registered in 2019. And after it was registered, you think, okay, I can just make the website thing?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks you just you register a company.
Yeah.
And you build a website, and that's it. Voila.
Easy. There you go. I'm a businessman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's clients. Those are your bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that they don't even understand the product. Who buys what they don't understand? So then we get to a stage whereby we need to find a way to educate clients ourselves.
Okay.
And that is time, and time is money.
Sure.
Yes. And you bump on a lot of if you are more in the township, you find most of the people who show interest is those whose fingers have already been bent. They just went to, most of them came to us, and we do that assessment. We talk to a client and all that.
Yeah.
And they want to double up. They go and buy some dodgy stuff, and they try to get some electrician, somebody who doesn't work with solar, and they use the electrical cables and blah, blah, blah. So basically, in short, what I'm saying is the company took a while to find out the, what you call them?
The ups and downs of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the minute you are sitting there, you think, wow, renewable energy is the next best thing. You are right.
Yeah.
However, it's like sparkle business. The person who started it was not that easy. And then the minute people get excited, everybody was the same street where 5-7 sparkle people. So it has happened like that with solar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had worked for so many companies that closed down.
Yeah.
And I got to understand. And I was not even working. I was not employed. I just went to them and say, I want to market solar. And a lot of them mostly were white companies.
Okay.
And black companies. And I saw them closing right in front of my eyes because they thought the same thing. Like, wow, electricity is up. You are quick to understand things, and you think everybody's going to pick up stuff the same way. So only to find that people, they wait until it's really bad. Then they go like, hey, where can I get a solar?
Yeah, exactly. Now
talking
suddenly
about
they
the
need
solar
one.
panel.
Yeah. So perhaps you would have heard that Simpiwe, the fact that they actually didn't approach the bank initially. They used a more thorough investigation in understanding then the industry, the difficulties, what is needed to go into that, and who else. Teboho is saying, well, it takes patience. It's one of the things, once again, that goes into that all-important art, knowing the patience. But would you know if banks will be interested? Let me try and take the same question.
Yes.
Yeah, would banks be interested if I came to them, approached them and said, listen, I'm looking for funding. There's this new space in the market. I want to explore that. Can you invest in me and my idea? Would banks naturally entertain an idea like that from your knowledge?
The question would be, when you apply for funding, you need to say, what exactly you're going to do with the money?
Yes.
Are you going to be, is it for structure? Is it for products? And if you want the bank to borrow you money to buy solar systems,
what should I tell them?
What is the proof that somebody's going to buy them? So, it would be nicer to know what is it this Impure would love to buy with the money.
Yeah.
With financial institutions, including the government, there are times where somebody can be at the right place at the right time, whereby, let's say an example of a hair salon.
Okay.
Long ago, let's say you are the government or the bank, would you loan somebody money to go and open a hair salon?
No. No. If I was the bank, well, if the decision was on me, I wouldn't.
There's so many factors. Yeah, it's not so easy. Yes, and with me, we try to partner with, we like collaborations.
Yeah.
To partner with banks. And we drew the whole thing, and most of them, they stole the idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You go like, because the banks also would like to be recognized when something is in the new, like
sure.
renewable energy.
They want to be at the forefront. Yeah.
So then they want to know how we're going to do it. And when they found out, I'm not going to mention those banks.
Sure.
But because shortly after we approached them, you know how you asked to write a proposal? You know those proposals, you know what happened to them. Yeah. And you partnering, collaborating is the way to do things. And somebody was saying, you guys were coming okay. What happened? Why do you share information with people with money?
Yeah.
They're going to steal your ideas. Where do you go to? Who do you share with? If your child is asking for 1,000 rand, would you just give them?
No. Without knowing what they're going to do with the money, then it's going to be difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need to tell you what they're going to do with the money. So that's what happens to us. We don't have a choice. We need to say it, and they go like, wow.
But is it possible that a bank might fail to recognize my idea, perhaps thinking, well, in the same way that many people would say, I've knocked on doors, they closed doors on me, but somebody believed in me, and then the idea passed. Does it happen though when the bank says we can't invest in that? Is it naturally a bad idea? Or is it possible that the bank is missing perhaps the future of the idea that I'm bringing, and might at a later stage realize maybe you should have invested in Obakeng in the first place? So my question is, do banks most of the time get it right in terms of who they sponsor, or do they miss the point sometimes in who they decide to fund?
Most of the people that would give you something, the first thing they check is, I guess, what is it that they can benefit from you.
True.
So we bend our fingers. Yes, we needed that, and we've learned from it that next time you go to somebody, you need something. I need to go there. Also, you need to also say and prepare what is it that you offer. Yes.
Here's one question from Karabo Montwedi. I'm going to read this very, very slowly. He's a TUT marketing student, and he's saying, this is really a marketing question, you can tell. He's asking, what sort of metrics did you use for conducting needs analysis to get into the renewable sector? Do you get that question? I'll repeat that. I don't know
What's his
about
name again.
That's Karabo Montwedi asking, what sort of metrics did you use for conducting needs analysis to get into the renewable?
I suppose he probably was not maybe on when I started. Yes. The introduction is an answer to that.
Right.
Yes. There's some businesses that you start because you first study, and when you study something first, you'll have a like a template, you know. But if you're driven by a passion, and if recession has just happened, and you've tried 2, 3, 5 things that I tried. I went into property, and I sold a lot of properties, and I didn't get paid.
Sure.
Yeah, like I'm like, wow, this property is nice. And then the what do you call it? Because in property there's a lot of money. Yeah, where you share 50% with the principal. Yeah. So then you go like, no, but I'm also marketing for solar. I hope he's listening so that he can pick up that it's not that kind of a template, a step by step. Yes. There was sorry, what's his name again?
That's Karabo Montwedi.
Yeah. The reason why we come in here and we talk about learning to earn, or that was my approach. So when you're learning, you don't know what you're gonna learn. You only know the topic. Yeah, it's like a red race. Yeah, I don't know if you watched the movie. You told there's money in one locker.
Yeah.
In what do you call it? Park station. You just want to get there. You don't know how you're gonna get there, but you've got key. You don't know if your key is gonna open, but
the locker.
There's money.
Yeah, you know that for sure.
So that's my answer for him.
Right.
And so what are we doing? We are helping other people to cool off the frustration, because people are frustrated. People are miserable. And people are dying from depression. Yes. And people they end up doing too much of whatever. Too much of anything is not good.
It's good for nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why we thought if we come and introduce, because if I may just go to, they want to know the how, right?
Yeah.
Number one, it's being introduced to Genesis BUC. The idea, the company believes in time is money. And the minute you say to somebody, you are in IT, do this, or you are in marketing, you can start on the 1st or 15, you'll start getting paid the 15th of next month. How do you know, before we know, how do you know that when you come into any institution, it's like any relationship, getting into working for a company is like getting into a relationship. There's two things. There's expectations,
right,
and intentions. So most of the time, people, I almost said we. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, people are only focusing on their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And assumptions. Like, I love her, so she's supposed to love me back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I worked, or I was there, so I must get paid.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, what were you doing? Because the company, when it opens, the idea is to make money.
Mm-hmm.
The platform has been built, and these are the ABC of the 1, 2, 3 on how to make money.
Yeah.
And that means for you, you need to partner with this company. So if students out there, people who haven't started working, if they can start realizing that when we apply for a company, that company needs you more than you think you need them. You always say, I need a job.
Yeah.
Yes. When you say job, you're actually saying, I need a salary. Job. What is job? J-O-B. Just over broke. So, yeah, that's what it is. A job is just being over broke. You get paid 3 days later. It's finito.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if you approach a company that says, would you like to partner with us? If you want to partner with somebody in business anytime now, do you just partner, or do you find out where they're from, where they are right now, and where they're going?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Exactly.
Why? Because you're bringing in money and your time. You are worried. So if students can approach companies the same way, like I'm telling you, you sleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, and just for a week, you stop using the word looking for a job and say, I'm looking for a company to partner with. Your approach, even the words that you're going to use, they're going to make sense because you'll be wanting to partner. You will take pains to analyze where that company is coming from, where it is now, and where it's going. If it's difficult, my friend, what do? Think of a relationship. If people could do that in relationships, where you don't only come with expectations, you also lay down your expectations and what intentions.
Yeah.
If your first thing will be an intention, the expectations will just flow, because your intention is to you've realized that in renewable technology it's a gold mine.
Yeah.
If you find a gold mine that place in Limpopo or wherever of your grandfather has got minerals underneath, are you just gonna wake up with a shovel and get gold? No. Now if we can all approach companies like that, and say, you know what, that's a gold mine, and I would like to partner. You would be, I don't know how many companies we've signed agreements, deals with so many companies. The other one is in Sandton.
Okay.
And we can just ask them to come through to train the people who have plugged not only solar. Normally, our suppliers, even the supplier, I'm making an example with ourselves.
Yeah.
Suppliers would be, we go to conferences, we would go whether locally, internationally, and then they would take our emails, and we've got an influx of emails of companies that they call it partnering or collaborations. Those companies, they just want us to stock their products. They don't want to know what's going to happen to us. So we've got an approach. We ask them. Everybody we've got so many companies who are into solar.
Yeah.
Why should we choose you? But we don't put it like that. So if somebody wants to lend or earn and learn with us, we need to teach them that there's money, and the only way is how to
make that money.
Yes.
Yeah. So One Boitumelo Seruele from Harankua is asking here, do you offer internships for students who have done electrical engineering at colleges?
We were on our way to do that. There's internship and learnership, ne?
Yeah.
Excuse me. The learnership is the one where they must be given a stipend, right? Yeah. Internships, if anybody is interested in doing an internship or they are on their last year and they need to do, what do you call it? In-service training.
Yeah.
Yes. They can contact us. And if I'm going to leave a contact number, they are not allowed to phone.
Okay.
They need to send... No, I'll leave the email address.
All right.
Because it's so easy for anybody to send a WhatsApp at 11 o'clock at night. Yes. And I think an email address would be better because when somebody's interested and they introduce themselves, send a detailed message, and explain who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And then they explain their intentions.
There you go again.
And yeah.
An expectation.
That's what we did. Yeah. If you come up with an intention. Yeah. If you meet a girl and you go like, hi, I love me. Or I want you to love me. Do you think she's gonna? You need to come there and say your intentions. So
that email for somebody who wants to access that, I see you don't want to give those numbers. You are saying perhaps that they will come with baggages where people will interact late at night. But the email?
Yeah, the email would be better.
Yeah.
It's renewable. So it's renew and then able.
Yeah.
Tech is short for technology. Renewable tech. TECH at Gmail.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's renewable tech 19.
Renewable tech 19
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yeah, so it's renew able tech as in TECH 19 at gmail.com. Renewable tech 19 at gmail.com. And the best thing, the reason why email is better, somebody will introduce themselves. They will say where they're coming from, where they are right now, and where they want to go. Because that's how we introduce ourselves. And if you're going for if you're lucky to be called tomorrow or next week for interview or anything, whether you are a student, that it works because it makes easy. You just say where you're coming from, where you are right now, and where you want to be. It's simple
as that.
Yes.
That is renewable tech 19 at gmail.com. That is Boitumelo Seruele. You'll spread that email to those who you are saying this is only for people who are applying for what? Austebo?
Internship.
For internship. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the word internship. Yeah. Then they say their intentions.
There you go. Let's take a break. It's 23 before the hour 9. I'm coming to your questions, Clifford Banda from Abopane, and I'll wrap up with your question, Molefe from Soshanguve Block BB. Come back from a quick break, and we have a conversation as we usually do here on a Wednesday. It's Plug a Graduate feature brought to you by TUT FM 96.2. We amplify voices and empower lives. And on the line, in fact, in studio with us today, we have Princess Malekutu from Genesis Renewables Technologies Training and Investment. And how you can access those opportunities is that you can email them on renewabletech 19@gmail.com. You start by stating your intentions there, because according to our Princess, this is an internship. And then we can go back to your expectations at the later stage. I would imagine she's placing a lot of emphasis on intentions before expectations. But she's with us here, obviously, to get to your questions. Before I let her go, Clifford Banda, our Princess, is asking here from Obopane, what opportunities do you offer graduates? You may have touched on this a little bit earlier on, but now that the question is here, you may have to return to that particular answer once again in terms of the opportunities you offer to graduates.
All right. Under G, GRITI, Genesis Renewable Technologies Training and Investments. Like I say, it's a group of companies.
Yeah.
And people who want to plug, they go in through Genbach Foundation.
Okay.
By the way, Genbach Foundation is Genesis BUC's Bodies and Minds Under Construction.
Whew.
Yes. People have been going through a lot. So it's like if you just give your son that you know doesn't have a driver's license, your that big machine, what could happen? Your son or your child, your girl, she's a teenager.
Yeah.
You give them a car on a Friday night.
Sure.
Your brand new what's that favorite car?
Yeah, that Vrpa, that GP of
you
mine.
give it to them.
Sure.
And they are teenagers. What could happen?
A lot could happen. In fact, disaster could happen.
Yes. So we honest enough to make also people aware why companies would be skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Companies like Fresh Blood, because they are thinking energy. However, the CV is not, now lately, the CV is not always the one that will get you a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless a company is desperate. So, GRITI group, they avoid desperation. And we also alarming, or what do you call it, advising people out there to not use desperation. And I know when you're looking for money, you would be impatient, because you were told to go to school, get good grades, get a job, and get a Vrpa. But things have changed. Things have changed, and the question is, what do we offer? The opportunities are this group of companies. You go into the platform. You get offered a life coaching program.
Yeah. And
anybody who's engineer, IT, marketing, business management, consulting, any type of maintenance, electrician, plumber, because remember it's we are into solar systems and this the eco-friendly construction. That means if someone studied construction, this is new to them.
Yeah.
Yes. So if a person has studied anything, because we are a group of company, it's easy for them to get in.
Yeah.
And the most positive thing is we are liaising or collaborating with serious companies. We are busy discussing to do, because it's renewable technologies.
Yes.
That means a company can get involved in anything to do with renewables. We are busy on talks with a company that does EV chargers. That's electrical vehicle chargers.
Okay.
So while we're busy talking to them, we go like, there's a lot of electrical vehicles in the country. No, there are not so many. but that amount, let's say there's 2,000 or 3,000, so maybe some of them we don't even know. There's a problem with the electrical charges for electrical vehicles. Now, if you in Rangua, you are in marketing, and this company says they can supply us with EV chargers. My dear daughter, my dear son, it's an opportunity, because we have just spoken to a company that's selling their domestic one.
Okay.
Yes. The people who are driving domestic electrical vehicles, they have only, they couldn't drive. Most of them, they can't drive out of the city. They can only drive locally, because it's nice and cheap to use it. If you fill up with 1,000 rand, and a filling station has got an EV charger, I could pay 200 rand.
Oh.
So if I'm going to Cape Town or out of to Limpopo, what happens when I run out? So okay. So we keep we are expanding. Anything to do with renewable technology, we involve it. So that means any person who plugs, I love the word plug.
Beautiful word.
Because we've been using the word platform. Anybody that jumps on the platform, I'll make an example of if you are catching a train, and when you get to Mabopane or a Gautrain station, you don't get on the platform. You just ask your friend, is the train gone? And they go like, no, not yet.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't go on the platform, when the train comes, whether it's an electrical train or a normal train, even a bus stop, you need to be right at the bus stop, because it could leave you.
Yeah.
So this plug-in thing, it's a platform. Now, this is an opportunity to play around the platform. If you're smoking, if you're taking a smoke break while waiting for, but you are at the platform, when it comes, you can just drop your, your cigarette and jump in there. But if you take a walk to the spaza and you want to smoke there and finish, that train is going to
That train is going to go.
Friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Most people might not like the process, but in life, under G, we need to trust the process. This man, Richard Branson, if somebody offers you something and it looks bling, it looks good, and you don't know what it is, you don't know how, but you know the end product sounds good, and you don't have to pay money, you jump on it, you will learn. Or you won't, because if we do nothing, if you do nothing, and after a year or two, what's going to happen? Nothing,
basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So before we close off, we have one last question from Molefe Molokomme, who's in Soshanguve Block BB, and here they are asking, what do you offer trainings? Do you offer trainings for business? And can somebody be a reseller at your company? And what are your contacts? I suppose on the issue of contact, we've already mentioned that, which we will repeat at the tail end of the show. But do you offer trainings for business? And can somebody be a reseller? Whatever your understanding of that is.
I love that. Because it's a business. And when you work for a company, or you are whatever that you're doing with a company, all the expertise are needed. Any person who has studied anything, whatever they do, it will suit. And if it's not there, if what they study doesn't go with that, somehow it will be needed. So to answer him, it's a yes. because one of the things when we say learn to earn, while you are being offered a life coaching program, at the same time you've been taught to learn. So that means for you to eat, you first need to be taught about this food, how good it is for you, and how it nourishes your liver, your kidney, or your liver. So in short, yes, people can do that.
And he was asking right at the tail end there, as to the contact. I suspect that is with the intention to try, and if the answer is yes, which is yes, they will then have to keep in touch with you. You are saying the email is the best way to go.
Yes, the reason why we're using the email, we've just offered a certain training, and we send it, let's say, to you, to send it to certain groups with the numbers, and at the bottom, that digital, that program that we were offering people was saying, if you know that you'll be available for this much period, send your name, your area, and your name and your area, and that you are interested, you'll be able to. Because it was a phone number, I had calls for Africa. When I'm in training, do I get paid? And that one is actually a learnership. Somebody asked about learnership. We are getting certain government departments who are going to be paying those people. So that means an arrangement is done with that department.
Right.
Yeah, that institution. They're going to be paying them, and they were looking for host employers.
Okay.
So we were lucky there. So just want to say to whoever that is listening, Barry, if you need a haircut and you don't have money for a haircut, and you hang around the hair salon for quite a while, and after a few days, you'll just find the hairstylist saying, "Ish, let me cut your hair. You're irritating me." So this platform is offering people basic stuff. It's happened to you, ne? Any guy, where you just chilling. You are not even thinking of a haircut. But you know you're supposed to have a haircut. But because you are there, they just offer you. So we have hang around companies that are reselling things. When they get desperate or they are bored, or they offer us the same thing that we mentioned when we started. We were having a conversation with this Turkish company, Akdeniz Rek. Akdeniz Rek is we do shelving, but it's automated. Racks, shelving. Yes. So when we get a job, a deal, somebody, your uncle wants a warehouse, because they are saving money, and somebody, because it's relocatable, when they order that, who's going to put that together? We call it because it comes ready. Yes. Any person who has done engineering, IT, because they've been playing around us or the hair salon, they will get a haircut.
Sure.
Because whenever somebody needs to get paid, there must be a client. So the reason why, and the nice thing is, the person who wants that, they don't have to, when you partner, you don't have to be coming there every day.
Okay.
Yes.
So in simple terms, yes, it is allowed. And in terms of the contact, I can assist you there. It's an email address, and it reads as follows. It's renewabletech19@gmail.com. I repeat, it's renewabletech19@gmail.com. .com. And I see Austebo have found a new way, just so you don't get that spelling wrong. It's Renewable tech19@gmail.com. This is how you send those particular questions. If it's an application of whatever sort, you can use that particular platform to access that particular company. It is the Genesis Renewables Technologies Training and Investment. And we have had a conversation. We're here with Princess Malekutu. I may have to let her go. She has stayed with us from 7:30 right up until the hour 9. It's been a long but fruitful conversation. Hopefully you picked something from that. Princess, thank you so much for your time. You've been helpful. This evening I see a barrage of questions coming in. You are able to tackle a number of those as well. I'm expecting a number of emails to be arriving on your email address, and hopefully you are able to assist those who will get back to you. Thank you so much for having spent time with us here.
Thank you so much. It was such a fruitful evening. For anybody that sends an email, it will be easier for us, but mostly for you.
Yeah.
If you say where you've been, where you are right now, and where you want to be, and simply say, what is it? And by the way, it's not only for graduates.
Okay.
There's people with skills. They have, they are good at what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing with renewable or solar energy and eco-friendly construction, because it suits any sector, whether it's agriculture, pharmaceutical, and so any person who has studied most of the stuff that we have mentioned, it fits in nicely.
There you go.
Those people who are good in maintenance, electrical, plumbing and stuff, when the structure has been done, there's a time where they would get people who freelance, or if there's somebody within the company, you'll find that a client wants a superstructure. Superstructure is when the plumbing, electrical and everything is being done. So there's almost a slice for almost everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
However, entering, it's very important to introduce yourself nicely so that we can take you seriously. If you take us seriously.
There you go.
Buonasera. Good night. Thank you.
The Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUT FM.